You gotta explain your tree.
My weird moringa tree that doesn't seem to be very bushy but lanky in every single way possible. I'm hoping that it's gonna change this summer and it'll thicken up.
All right, folks, this is What's in Your Garden, episode number 1. And this is Chris's garden. As we enter to his awesome...
The kindred forest.
The what?
Kindred forest.
Okay, I have no idea what that means, but all right. So Chris here has a lovely pool that helps provide something.
A little bit of humidity and moisture.
Does it really work?
Don't know, you haven't gotten that close to the pool yet.
So I met Chris when? Over the summer?
A few months ago, actually, and a lot of the help that you've even talked to me in the last few months about has really helped my garden expand and be a lot greener and grow a lot quicker.
So we live in Chandler. I live maybe, 10 minutes away from you?
About, yeah.
About 10 minutes away from you, and our watering system is definitely different from a lot of people in the Phoenix area who have irrigation. So what Chris and I do for our plants, we hand water everything. Or actually, no, you have...
I hand water. I don't have any drip system yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Chris does not have any drip system yet, but I do. But Chris has a lot of cool stuff that I don't have, which I'm jealous of. For example, he has crazy amount of loofahs. I have maybe 3 at a time. Where's all your loofahs, Chris?
They're mostly above you. If you look up, I only have like 2 small vines, but they've produced quite a few loofahs on that short amount of vine. I have friends who've got massive amount of vines and loofahs, but for whatever reason, this vine seems to be producing quite a few on the little vine that it has.
And look at that ginormous one that's just hanging out there. That's crazy. I'm Asian, I'm Cambodian, and we eat these guys. You can find them at Asian stores for like $1.
I'm more interested in making bath sponges out of them.
Which is, well, definitely useful. So what do we have going on here, Chris?
This first bed right here, we have peppers. These are supposed to be the dwarf red peppers. I got some that looks like they're still ripening down here. And then I got my eggplant I've had for about 2 years. Just doesn't die. Heavy producer. I'm not sure what the type or variety.
Are they big, fat ones or long?
They get probably about that big. Nice, big, dark purple, plump.
Black Beauty, perhaps?
Maybe. I'm not sure where it came from. It just sprouted one day as a weed, and it's tasty, so I kept it.
That's awesome. And then here we have...
a lot of sweet potato. I did have some burgundy okra growing throughout. And then this is my anasazi bean that's still kind of producing and growing.
And what color were they again? I think they were purple, right?
The flowers are these beautiful little purple. They almost remind me of orchids.
There's a pod.
There's the bean pod right here. So it's definitely something to grow again, if not for food, but at least for the flower, because I love the orchid-looking flowers.
Well, this is definitely a cute little raised bed. And how long ago did you set this up?
So if you look at these 5 little beds right here, this was the original size of my garden probably about 4 years ago.
Wow.
And then I expanded to this next section over here where the loofah was growing. And that's what I had for about the last 4 years. And then just this year, I've really gone crazy and expanded, and I'm still expanding even behind us. I'm gonna put some blackberries. I'm getting it prepped right now for the spring, putting blackberries out there. I used to have a lot of things in pots, but now they're going in the ground more.
Awesome. And then this is a kumquat, right?
This is a kumquat. It's produced very well for me. Last winter, spring, it was just loaded with kumquats, and there's already quite a few already getting started, but it's produced probably about 3-4 months out of the year for me.
Do you know the variety?
Oh,
actually, there's a tag that's still on there. That's awesome.
I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Okay, well, that's good enough for us.
Yeah.
So, this does like the sun, right?
I haven't moved it. It's been underneath this shade canopy in this spot for about 2 years now.
Okay.
And it loves this spot, so I'm afraid to move it because it's doing so well right here. It wasn't always that way. I moved it a couple times until it did real well right here. So
Well, it looks like it likes the sun because that's definitely a sunnier spot than some of your tropicals. And then this grape right here, I'm just amazed because we're going into winter.
yeah, it's December 22nd. We had our first frost last night. It still has green foil. It hasn't really grown much, but it's still green and soft. I bought this probably back in June, and it was just about maybe this tall with like 2 leaves. And this is everything. And I've pruned it back quite a bit because I wanted to get it to grow a certain way. So I'm sure it would be a lot bigger if I didn't prune it as much as I did.
Well, it looks good. I know they come back every year, so no worries there.
That's what I'm hoping.
Look at that. It's growing little, what do you call those? Arms and legs?
Nodes.
Nodes. There you go. And then what is this guy right here?
This is my newest lemon, improved Myers lemon.
Okay.
And it is flowering quite a bit. I used some new fertilizer. I got Tiger Bloom from Fox Farm.
Fox Farm.
And originally it was just this one that was blooming. After I started using it, it's starting to bloom multiple places now. First time blooming for me. Last year I cut it. So we're gonna see. It's already put on a lot of new. This is all brand new since I, started using that Tiger Bloom about 2 months ago. And you got some lemons. I'm probably gonna cut off 2/3 of the lemons. And then next year I'll probably let it set whatever it has.
And do you think you're going to put it in the ground anytime soon? Springish, maybe?
Debating about that if I'm going to put it in the ground. If I do, I'll probably go in the ground right here. I'm going to remove this sugar cane and put it right here probably because it seems to be doing really well right here, so I don't want to move it too much further.
And then in this lovely skinny box here.
Kind of a failed experiment. Put it in this winter, probably about 2 months ago. Not even, probably about a month ago. And these are all radishes that aren't really look like they're making much radishes, more foliage.
But they're cute.
The idea behind this bed was to be my winterized bed for cold veggies and quick, fast-growing things like lettuce, radishes, carrots. I do have this cool purple kohlrabi. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
Great color. I'm actually a big fan of just the aesthetics of it. I'm not sure how it's going to taste.
It's beautiful.
But I'm excited. I mean, the colors are just fantastic on it.
All right, and then there's another skinny box over here.
Skinny but very deep, about 10 inches deep. So I figured it'd be great for my carrots, which are all lining throughout here. This tomato just took a hit for whatever reason, but this one's like a foot away, and that one seems like it didn't even get touched.
I know, that's crazy.
It's Arizona, I guess.
Same spot.
This was an onion that was in my refrigerator that started growing and getting a little moldy. Scraped the mold off, put it in the ground, and it grew really well next to the broccoli. And then this is garlic. This is surprising that the kiwano is actually still growing. Normally, last year they were dead by this time of year. This one's just still growing and it's fighting for life.
So do you think it's gonna make it?
If we keep this mild winter, yeah, I think it could. Especially as soon as it starts getting to the sun more. Because right now it's in the shade all day long.
Do you have a temperature gauge in
I
this
do
area?
on the tropical section over there.
Okay, so
I'm going to expand some more, get some different thermometers elsewhere.
yeah, because mine, because I have a temperature gauge in the back, and it's definitely not 33, so.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on here?
So this is kind of my big experiment area. This is going to be my pure tropical area. I have 2 types of same banana variety, but 2 bananas in here, and these are Rajapuri. Then I have a star fruit that I got from an awesome friend that I put in the ground because I've never had luck with them, but this is the longest I've ever had a star fruit living.
Yay.
I found the sapote down here at Lowe's in the clearance section. It literally had all those leaves that have brown tips on it. That's all I had on it when I bought it, and it was like $12.
And it branched out quite a bit.
As soon as I put it in the ground, it just exploded with new growth. It seems to be very happy there. I got some papayas in the ground. This right here down there is a mango I ate. It was delicious. Put it in the ground. Never grew a mango in the ground out here. First time, and it's doing great. My pineapple I've had for about 2 years. And this whole area is actually a compost in the middle. It's in-ground compost. I got it from a guy on YouTube who does natural farming. and it's called a banana circle, where you plant all around it and you just compost there. It's much easier than those compost bins. This is where I will be experimenting, hopefully next year or the year after, with growing orchids outside.
Interesting. And then this is your pride and joy here.
Yeah, my Barbados cherry. It's bushy. Hasn't produced much this past winter, but the summer and the summer before that one, it was just a heavy producer. Loved it. It was in a pot then, but now it's in the ground. Seems like it's definitely growing more than it's producing, but that could change here, hopefully now.
And it did not take a hit at all from last night's
No, not at all. This is probably one of the best looking plants in my yard right now.
It's definitely a beauty.
Over here I got some mangoes, more pineapple, and some dragon fruit that I'm going to be growing.
And an awesome looking moringa tree here. That's definitely going to be the star.
Yeah, it's
in the
definitely
spring.
gonna help. There's my thermometer gauge right there.
Oh,
So what temperatures are right now? It's saying just 59, maybe 60 degrees.
and it's supposed to be 58.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a little warmer in here.
Oh, for sure. Even after I met you, I started doing a lot more wood chips, and watering method was changed from what I used to do. And this area over here, you could feel a huge difference in moisture and coolness in the summertime when we were like running still 110 degrees, 112.
Mm-hmm.
And you just walk in this section, it just felt like a breath of fresh air compared to the 5 feet over there, and you're like, whoo, it's warm and hot. It's crazy the
remember that.
difference, yeah.
And check out the wood chip. And this is, when did you put this in?
So this has been on the ground for 6-8 months. I mean, this is just, not even half an inch thick, and then it just turns into this dark, moist soil that's breaking down these wood chips already. I was growing mushrooms in certain spots quite often. Like every day I'd come out here to be new mushrooms, and that's just
Wow.
wonderful soil. But mushrooms were just growing like crazy out here when it was still hot.
Well, all right, Chris, thank you. And I think we're going to definitely do an update. Say when.
Hopefully before May, when we have that good spring. I'm hoping things are going to really push a lot in the spring and make it a lot thicker and more beautiful in here. Watch your head on these big giant movements.
All right, guys, peace out. And I'm definitely going to go raid somebody's garden.